Imagine this, several rail cars loaded with dangerous chemicals derail near your neighborhood. Will first responders be able to work quickly and effectively to help keep you and your family from harm? The answer is yes, thanks to special training they received today. Doug Walker reports.
It's a common sight on the coast, hundreds of rail cars moving up and down the tracks every day. What's inside some of them is scary. Learning about the potential danger is critical.
We know that the local rail handles over 39 different types of chemical and hazardous materials. We're going to focus on 5 or 6.
That focus has one goal.
We're hoping to make them more aware of what they can and cannot do based on their abilities, the size and the scale of a rail incident.
A rail incident is very rare, but
if it does occur, it has major consequences for the community. So it's important for our responders to understand how to manage these type of events.
Mississippi Export Railroad was involved in today's training.
It's important for us to partner with our local fire chiefs, emergency responders, in case there is an emergency, that we're all equipped and trained to handle it. Keep everybody safe.
Those attending today's training session were those folks you would expect, the typical first responders, police, fire, and ambulance. However, school resource officers were also in attendance, and there was a reason they were there as well.
A lot of our schools are within a quarter to an eighth of a mile of the railroad system that runs through Ocean Springs, and even some of those schools are right on top of the railroad.
Dealing with any derailment and spill depends on speed.
We get upwards of 400 to 500 responders within 24 hours. And that may include private industry from the rail as well, and they all have their roles. So we have to begin managing this early within the first 60 minutes.
Minutes that could save lives. In Moss Point, Doug Walker, WLOX News Now.
Today's training session was funded with a grant from the U.S. Department of Transportation. It was sponsored by the D.C. International Association of Fire Chiefs.
The only way to effectively deal with potential disaster is to train and prepare for it. That's exactly what happened today. Doug Walker reports.
Every day, hundreds of rail cars go up and down the tracks of South Mississippi, some of them loaded with very dangerous, potentially deadly chemicals. That was the theme of a seminar today held in Moss Point. The D.C. International Association of Fire Chiefs and Mississippi Export Railroad hosted the seminar for first responders to learn about how to deal with potential derailments and potential deadly chemicals. Now, it's very important, and speed is the key.
We get upwards of 400 to 500 responders within 24 hours, and that may include private industry from the rail as well, and they all have their roles. So we have to begin managing this early within the first 60 minutes.
Now, in addition to the typical first responders who attended the seminar today, there were even school resource officers. One from Ocean Springs who said he was there because all of the city schools are within 1/4 to 1/8 of a mile of the railroad tracks, and they have to be prepared in case disaster strikes. Reporting in Moss Point, Doug Walker, WLOX News Now.